My first job out of college was at Thomasville Furniture Industries, who was a leader in the market of high-end furniture at the time. Now, I was based at the corporate industrial engineering department, focused on continuous improvement, and I had two plants that I was assigned to support. One of my colleagues was named Frank, and he worked at the local table and chair plant. Now, finishing tabletops was a very labor-intensive process. There was lots of sanding and rubbing and polishing, and it was done manually, and it resulted in many strains and sprains. Now, in those days, we had heard about and read about robots replacing human workers in different industries, which could reduce safety risk and improve labor productivity. Well, Frank did some research and he actually found a vendor that was willing to bring in robots to the table plant for a 30-day test drive to see if we could figure out how to use robots to do that labor-intensive table finishing process. Now, after some effort, the robots were able to finish those tabletops much more efficiently and consistently than human beings. And actually, the leadership of the plant and in corporate looked at those tabletops and thought, these look even better than what our people could do. Now, before we decided to fully commit to robot tabletop finishing, we showed some sample tables to focus groups. Now, their initial reaction was that they looked better than anything they had ever seen in their life. But digging deeper into their feedback, there was something that was bothering them. And here was the issue. The tabletops actually looked too perfect, and there was no variation, which normally would be in any tabletop finished by hand. So it lost the handmade look of the furniture. It looked plastic and unreal. Well, we couldn't give up the thing that made Thomasville Furniture an industry leader. So Frank went back with the robot supplier to see if they could somehow program variability into the tabletop finishing process. And we couldn't do it. Now, this was many, many years ago. I'm sure these days it is possible, but we eventually gave up. So we went back to our old methods. Instead of figuring out how to make things less human intensive, we focused on improving the handmade process and reducing the safety risk. I hope you enjoyed this story, gained some insight, and learned something you can use. You'll find many more Kaizen stories on my website, www.pi-partners.com. If you'd like help growing your profits through sustained process improvement, scan the QR code on the screen for a free consultation, and let's start our journey together.